Okay, I'm going to show you how to draw economic diagrams like demand and supply, or costs, or whatever you want, using a graphics package that you can get free off the internet. Like you may have come across the problem in sort of Word or other word processing packages where you actually need real data to construct a graph, which isn't very useful if you just want to illustrate sort of like a theory because you don't actually have any data to use to actually construct the graph. So the first thing you want to do is get the software that you're going to use to make your graphs, and it's called Inkscape, and you can get it from inkscape.org, and it's free. So just download that. Click download on the left. If you're using Windows, you're probably going to want installer. So just click that, download, install, just go through all the motions, and then eventually you should, once you open the program, you should see something like this. And this is where you're going to do the actual diagram. First of all, I always click on view and then zoom and then go to page width just to sort of get rid of that annoying page that you always see. But then I also zoom out once or maybe twice, just so I've got a nice area to work with. Okay, so to actually construct the graphs, you're going to need this tool here, the fifth tool up from the bottom, and when your cursor hovers over it, it should say draw Bezier curves and straight lines. So if you click on that, then you get this tool here, and it's not like a normal sort of paintbrush or anything like that. The way it works is you click once and then you get a sort of anchor point, and then you can sort of stretch a line that sort of grows out of this anchor point, and then you can click again and that will create a second anchor point, and that's sort of like the line set is between those two anchor points is now set in stone. And then to sort of escape from the tool, you press enter, and then you can, as you can see, you've drawn a line here, which obviously is going to be one of your axes. And then click on the tool again, and you can draw your second axis in the same way. Just click once to make the anchor point, then click again at the top where you want the line to end, and then press enter, and then hopefully you should have a pair of axes that look something like that. Okay, so I think I'll just sort of do a few quick examples of how you can use this to actually make sort of graphs. So you've probably worked out already how to draw a simple demand and supply diagram like that. Just again clicking once here and then extending the line and then clicking there. Same thing again. Obviously you can also sort of delete the lines. Just click on the cursor at the top here and then you click on the line to select it, and you can delete it. You may want to draw something a bit more complicated like a curve, and I'll show you how to do that as well now. So make your first anchor point and then click for your second, but just hold down the click on the mouse so that just hold it down, and then you can actually sort of drag across the page. Whoops, like that. I'll do that again for you. Click once and then click again, and then just drag, and you should see the curve sort of developing, and as you drag, you're sort of stretching the curve out more and more, as you can see, and you can just sort of play about with it until you get used to it. And then if you want a sort of maybe a long run average cost curve, it might look something like that. And you can see as you drag, you can see a little point at the end of the grey line that's sort of grown out of that second anchor point, and that point will be at the place where it's sort of like the bottom of the curve. So if I sort of play about with it, you can see the curve moving. So just sort of position that where you want the the bottom of the curve to be, and then just let go, and then press enter again, and that should be the curve that you want. Might look something like that. So that's how you can draw sort of a long run average cost curve. You might want to draw a marginal curve. The way I do it is to click once again and then diagonally go down and then click and then hold that mouse button down and then sort of stretch out again, and then you should eventually see something that looks like a marginal cost curve. Oops, and then press enter obviously to set that, and then you can position it with the cursor. So it might look something like that, and then maybe a straight line across here if you wanted. Obviously, you can take your time with this and get the lines absolutely straight, which isn't too difficult. You can zoom in if you go to view and then zoom, but I'm just doing it quickly to show you how it's done. And then you can label your axes. Just click on the A at the bottom of the tools on the left, and that'll create a little text box that you can use like that to label your axes, and then you might want another one up here. Okay, to transport this into your Word document, what you first want to do is group everything, very similar to the way you do it in Word. So you want to select everything and then go to Object and then Group, and that should sort of turn into one movable object. And then you can cut and paste that and into Word or whatever you're using to do your report or whatever it is you're doing. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say. So comment and rate if you think it was good. If there's anything you didn't understand, then I might be able to help you out. And one last thing, please visit my website. It's reviseforeconomics.com, which is full of stuff that's going to be really helpful for you if you're an economics student. Okay, so thanks very much.